Hello everybody. This is Jan Hicks Creates. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my weekly Flosstube. We have a little bit of catching up to do, but I don't think I have a lot to show you today, so I don't think this is going to be too long, and I probably won't ramble on too long about any given thing. But you never know. You know, I had notes for everything last week, and I only have one note this week. So I have no idea which direction this is going to take this week, but thank you for being here for the ride. It's always a lot of fun, and yes, I'm still excited about my stitching. So, let's see, life update. Things with the move are still on track. You're starting to see things pile up back here. Mike and I spent some time this weekend starting to go through stuff. You know, you'd think after only moving here a little over a year ago, we wouldn't have that much stuff to weed out and give to Goodwill, but there is. Still have to go through clothes, but we just got to start on it this weekend. The bins with the purple lids, the burgundy lids, that's my whips that are going in the household goods. I still have a pile in the middle of the floor that's gonna take with me in a suitcase. Although, as Mike said, we can always put it in a bin, you know, and wrap it up and put it on the plane. But a suitcase, a bin, it doesn't really matter, right? We have the suitcases, I think. Starting to gear up for Phoenix, San Antonio. We made some reservations yesterday for where we're going to be staying in Phoenix and for the RV park that we're going to be living at in San Antonio until we get a house. So, it feels good to be getting those things done because I think once February hits, it's going to be pretty insane. So it's good to have those kind of easy yet major things done and out of the way. Didn't go to the North Shore yesterday, or this weekend. We did get to see 1917, which was an excellent movie. Next weekend we're planning on, not for the whole weekend, we're planning on making a day trip over to the Big Island. I don't know whether I mentioned, one of our goals for our traveling is to, hit the national parks, the national monuments. We have the book where you get the stickers and getting the pins, and that will kind of spur our traveling, kind of give us a place to head to and then explore the area while also getting the national park thing. Well, there's one more national park on the Big Island that we haven't gotten yet, and that's just enough to do a day trip over there. Flights on Southwest between here and the Big Island are like $39 or $59 depending on the day. Rent a car and just kind of spend the day over there and then come back in the evening. We still need to get to Maui to get to Haleakala, the Volcanoes National Park on Maui. I don't know when we're going to do that. I've told Mike we need to do it before we leave. I have never been to Maui. He has. So definitely want to do that. But anyways, that'll be next weekend. But yeah, so things are just moving along. My older son got a job in Seattle. He is going to be moving to Seattle. Actually, he got one shore job for 3 days a week and one tentative job for 2 days a week, so it works out perfectly. He's a massage therapist, for those that don't know. And the jobs are in chiropractic, acupuncture offices. So he's moving from Florida to Seattle about the same time, in fact, exactly the same time we're moving from here to the mainland. So lots of big moves happening in my family. He will actually be living in Bremerton. He has a friend that has a house over there who has a roommate who's leaving. So he'll be living over there and taking the ferry across to Seattle because his jobs are in Seattle. So we're very excited. He's very excited. Good stuff. Yeah, I've been stitching. Haven't been knitting a whole lot. That Tempestry project, I don't know. I hate to give up on it. because I feel like I kind of made a promise, but I'm having a hard time doing it, so I don't know. And I don't want to pick up anything else until that's done. Yeah. So, stitching. I did finish part 2 of By the Bay, except for the corner piece. So I have the corner piece outlined, and so now I'm working on this a little bit each day to just get the corner piece done. But the summer season basically is done. Isn't that awesome? God, I love this. Part 3 did come out. Part 3 heads down this side. It connects here and heads down this side, and it is the start of autumn. I won't work on that until February, and this will probably be the project I will take with me on our house hunting trip, depending on when it falls. It'll probably go with me because I'll start this again in February, and hoping very close to the beginning of February is when we're going to be making the house hunting trip. So that is that. The Jane Marshall sampler that you have been seeing everywhere, this is the one that Hands Across the Sea did as the fundraiser for the bushfires in Australia. They raised, the last time I checked, and it's probably been a week since I saw, maybe not quite a week, maybe earlier in the weekend or the end of last week, that I saw an amount. They had raised close to 40,000 Australian dollars. I'm sure that's gone up by now, but just amazing. Now, this is my color conversion using Mrs. Sada's silks. Raquel now has created a pack for the silks. It's not this. She has other colors that I don't have that are more close to the original. So that is what is in her pack. I will be linking that below. If you are interested in my colors are basically the same, just a little brighter, again, because it's what I had. And like the white that you see is actually supposed to be a yellow. I have my color conversion on my website under the on the color conversions page, and I will be linking that below as well. It is a small sampler, as you can see. It's not very wide across. This is a 40 count fabric. It is Liberty Gathering Gray by R&R Reproductions. I'm only working on this an hour a day, so it does get a little love every day. It is gorgeous, just gorgeous. But I'm going to continue on that for an hour a day. Love it. And the thing that's been getting most of my attention Shades of Gold by Northern Expressions Needlework. Or Needle Art. You know, I can never remember which it is. The angels are singing when this one comes out too, aren't they? Oh, God, I love this. All right, so my goal was to get that center medallion done this week. My week on this ends tonight. I am about halfway through that center medallion. I'm going to continue until I get the center done. I keep peeking around to make sure I'm getting it in the camera right. I'm going to continue until I get the medallion or the center done. And who knows, I may continue even after that. This is a joy to work on. Every single stitch, seeing the colors play out, it just really makes my heart sing. So I may just continue on that. My plan had been to pick up English Garden again once I got the center for this done. We'll see. I may just keep working on this. So, unknown fabric. It is a 36 count. I do not know the dyer. I do not know. It is a Zweigert. It has the orange stripe. This I got years ago. We're talking probably in the early 90s from some cross stitch show, probably like Spirit of Cross Stitch, something like that. back before I stopped stitching, and it has just been in my stash for years. It's traveled all around to the different places I've lived for years. The tag is long gone. It is gorgeous. I've never seen another fabric out there like this. And of course, the floss is Mrs. Sadis Silk Floss in Darling. Yes, I could stitch just with Mrs. Sadis floss for the rest of my life and be perfectly happy. So, gonna get the center of that done. That's pretty much, well, I have been working on something else that's a secret stitch. You'll learn more about that shortly, in a couple weeks. So yeah, that's the stitching stuff. Doesn't seem like much, but it's kept me happy, kept me busy. No other crafts happened this week. I do have plans, you know that. I'm going to try and make a project bag with these fat quarters. Vonna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher, has an awesome tutorial. I've just kind of jumped through it to see, get a general idea. I'll be watching that hopefully in depth today, and hopefully tomorrow and Thursday I can actually sit here at my work table and get one of those done. Actually, I can't. I need to buy some other things. I need the fusible fleece and I need some bonding Velcro. So yeah, that won't happen this week. Amazon will be my friend with that. But I want to get more pin cushions done. I have a couple other ideas of things I want to try. So I do hope to get some time sitting here at my sewing machine, at my work table, playing. So hopefully you'll see more stuff along those lines next Tuesday. Also next Tuesday, framed fractal. So I took that down. I had a hair appointment this past Friday, and the place I take it to be framed is in the same mall. I had said that I wanted to have the frame right up against the stitching so there was no fabric showing. Well, the framer said they need to have a cut of at least 4 inches for the frame. They can't do it smaller. And of course the width of the fractal is like 3, I think right around 3, right around 3 inches. So we ended up having to totally change. I had to use a mat in order to get the width I needed. So I chose just a black, like one of those black fabric mats. And then I couldn't just use a black frame. That would have looked silly. It just would have been weird. So I actually found kind of a bronze colored with black splotches through it. I know it sounds weird, but it actually, I tried silver, I tried white, I tried gold, I tried silver with scrolling, I tried all kinds of different things. Yeah, just this one, I think when I went back to the wall and like pulled some other ones, this one was like, okay, this'll work. So it's not quite what I wanted, but I think it's still going to be very pretty. I mean, I'm not upset with it. It was just kind of disappointing that it wasn't as simple and striking as I had hoped. I think it's still going to be striking. But anyway, by next Tuesday, I should have that back. It should be done this Friday. Let's see. Got a little bit of haul. Starting to plan for my birthday starts. So I'll talk about that a little bit. And then I have a little bit of a shop update too. So haul. I had mentioned that I wanted to before I did my silk video, the basics of cross stitch silk, that I wanted to get some more silks. So I did go to 1-2-3 Stitch and just get a selection. Now, this is a Gloriana. I do already have some Gloriana. This is NPI. I don't have any NPI. And this is the Classic Colorworks Belle Soie. I do not have any Belle Soie. So I have those. And the reason I got these kind of strange colors is because I've decided that this is going to be one of my birthday starts. Now, I am going to be starting the Balmy Spring Day. That's the Haid, the Heaven and Earth Designs. Let me see if I can find that easily. That I'm going to be starting with Carolyn. Sezook stitch. I don't have anything for it yet. But that is this one. It's so pretty. I'm going to ask Carolyn. Carolyn, can we start this towards the end of March? So Carolyn's birthday is also in March, so this is going to be a birthday start, and of course spring, so that ties in. But I'm gonna wait until we get to San Antonio so I can take advantage of Joann's sales. Hopefully they will have either one of their floss sales, or I noticed just, I think yesterday in the email, there was one of their 50 or 40% off total purchase coupons. So I'm hoping one of those will happen in March. I'll get the fabric from 123 Stitch like I did for Farewell to Anger. So yeah, I'm not gonna kit this up until I'm actually in San Antonio. So birthday starts, my birthday is the 12th, so it's earlier in the month. So I am going to start this. So this is 3 of the silks that is used in this. I'm going to look for fabric at the cross stitch store in San Antonio when we are there for the house hunting trip. It calls for a 36. I'll get either 36 or 40. This black, I think I'll probably use Mrs. Sadis, her black color on that. I don't know that she has any other ones that will work with this. So I'll just get the rest of the silks for this at Stitches from the Heart in San Antonio as well. Now I did think that I went through my fabric stash looking because I thought I had a piece of fabric I could use for this, but when I pulled it out, it didn't have any tag on it. It's one of the pieces that I had gotten in one of the boxes from friends. I had thought it was 36, but I counted and it was 32. And I used this. I don't think I've shown this before, at least not really in action. This was a gift from Maria, my friend Maria Kutzner, who actually works at the Stitch Niche in the Arlington, Texas area. I'm so excited to be closer to Maria. Hi, Maria. So this is as you can see, a cross stitch gauge. And it says, it makes a lot of claims of what it can do. Convert stitch counts to inches or centimeters, measure in stitches, inches or centimeters, determine fabric thread count, and convert design size into number of stitches. So let's look at this. And it says it has the 12 most common fabric counts. So front and back, it has 11, 14, 16, 18, 22, and 25 count on one side, and then 26, 28, 30, 32, 36, and 40 on the other side. So pretty comprehensive. So let's see. Convert stitch counts to inches or centimeters. So what that means is you're looking at this and you can see, all right, we have inches up here, we have centimeters on the bottom, and we have stitch count in here for each of the different sizes. So you look at the stitch count and you can see how many inches that's going to be. And it goes up to, well, 88 for 11 count, 200 for 25 count, 208 for 26 count, and 320 for 40 count. So that's the range. So that covers a pretty good size. All right, so convert stitch count to inches and inches to stitch count, both ways, right? Measure in inches or centimeters, okay. Measure in stitches, which you can do, and then determine the fabric thread count. So basically you set this down and you can see where the lines on each of these lines up with the holes on the fabric, or lines up with the lines on the fabric, to determine what your thread count is without having, you know, your fabric count, without having to actually count the threads. Now, my fabric, I was over here on 36, hoping it was a 36. I looked at the threads and I was like, you know, it really looks like a 32, but I'm gonna count it just to be safe, because those lines are getting pretty darn close together. It's kind of hard to really determine that, right? So it was a 32. But anyways, a very handy little tool. I assume that 123 Stitch carries this. Let's see. Stash, and then I will get back to my other birthday start. So one birthday start is BG 1874, the other one is Balmy Spring Day. I might as well just go ahead and do the third birthday start, right? And no, Carolyn, I am not doing, let's see, what age am I? I don't even know. It's just a number to me. I was born in 64, this is 20, so that makes me 56 this year. Yeah, sounds like a good number. I've never, ever worried about my age. I've had gray hair for so long, it doesn't matter, right? All right, so birthday start number 3. So no, Carolyn, I am not doing 56 starts. Birthday start number 3 is going to be the Serenity Mandala. I need to get this. It's just in such a mess. Oh my God, I need to get this on a ring. Stat. Peacock. No, peacock? Yes. Peacock floss from, can you guess? Mrs. Sadus, the beads. So Serenity is, gotta get that on a ring. The one that Northern Expressions Needle Arts made when she was inspired by seeing me stitch Shades of Gold with Mrs. Sadus Darling. So that is that one. The Peacock does not have that kind of variation in it, you know, between the greens and the blues, but that's okay. I don't care. I have the wonderful variation of the Darling in Shades of Gold. I'll be fine with this just being this kind of gorgeous turquoise. So that is birthday start number 3. Now there is a chance, I'm throwing things around here. I got this fabric for the little blue sparkler by Northern Expressions Needlework and Shannon Christie Designs, with all the beads and the fancy stitches. I had wanted to start that around Christmas and didn't. I may starting it for my birthday. Now, why am I starting these now? Oh, and I thought of something else I wanted to talk about with Shades of Gold. Why am I deciding now what to start for my birthday in March? Because I need to make sure that all this goes with me. It needs to be packed, going in my suitcases, so it gets added to the pile in the middle of the floor. It actually was already in the pile. I just took it out to do the video. So yeah, somebody asked why I was worried about what to pack and what not to pack, because I don't know any given day, any given week what I want to work on, and I need to have those things, the things that are highest up in my mind with me, just in case I change my mind and something else calls to me. So yeah, I like options, and they need to be with me because my household goods aren't. They won't be for a while. Shades of Gold. What I wanted to share with you, I had several people in my last video ask about this. It is a grime guard / needle minder. So I roll the fabric up and put this around the fabric that I'm holding in my left hand. There is magnets in here attached to the wood or buried in the fabric. This is from an Etsy shop called Wood and A-N-D Cat. Wood and Cat. And if you search on that, those 3 words all together, you will find it. I will link it below though. This is a fantastic invention. I love it. I only have the one. You could stitch on that linen if you wanted to. It is lined, so you'd be going through 2 layers. You could. I don't want to waste the time. But she does have ones that you can have your name engraved on here, or just, you know, a simple pattern like this. It also acts as a needle minder because of the magnets. So I think this is wonderful. I haven't gotten any more yet, but I do want to have a couple, because what ends up happening is the one that I'm currently working with gets put in the project bag with my project, and then if I'm working on something else where it would come in handy, then I have to go digging through another bag, and it'd be handy to have more than one, right? Right. Okay, so stash. In addition to the silks, because the silks couldn't travel alone from 123 Stitch, I got 2 more of the anniversaries. Oh no, the Garden Club series, that's right. I'm just collecting so many different things. I do want to get the anniversaries of the heart, but I haven't started that one yet. Collecting it, that is. So I got 2 more of these. The Rarest Flower and Sweet Home, 8 and 4. With these 2, I think I only have 2 or 3 more of this series that I need. I'm going to probably stitch them on separate, different colored fabrics and sew them together because I really, really like that look. I don't know when though. The other thing I got was my kit from My Bobbin. This is Vitreous Art number 3. Now, there's 2 and 3 on the My Bobbin site. I had somebody emailing me over the weekend about these, wanting to know where I got them because she couldn't find them anywhere. So I pointed her to My Bobbin, but they actually changed the name. So Vitreous, you'll see number 1, it's not spelled correctly. It's missing a U. But it was Vitreous Art number 2 and Vitreous Art number 3. They changed the name to Glass Fantasy. But they are still there. So if you search on Glass Fantasy, you will find these, and I will link these below. Now, I do have some other things to show you, but because I can't remember whether I did or not. My code is still good through the end of January. That is Jan Hicks, all in caps, and I will be putting that information below. I will have these linked below. And they also got in touch with me. They wanted me to let you know, because I've talked about how inexpensive things are on the My Bobbin site, and they wanted me to let you know that it is their motto, their belief that they want to offer the Russian designs to a global market, but they offer them at local prices. So that's why you're seeing such low prices. They're actually the prices that you know, it would be, I guess, expected in Russia, but they offer those prices to the global market. And you can't beat them. I mean, it's just amazing. And the designs really are stunning. I have several that I've downloaded, or that are downloads. So this is my account basically on the My Bobbin site, and you can see over here it says My Patterns. So if you do buy a pattern, the downloads are available. I assume it's unlimited. So the new ones that I got, so you can see this is the old ones that I had for a while, Pisces, all the Door series that I got, and this is the Peony one. So I got this Iris. That's the same designer that did the mushrooms, Elisa Ocneus. Love her. She has all kinds of these circular ones. This cornflower one is just stunning. I'm going to take you so you can see a bigger picture of it. So I just clicked over to the product itself. Let's see if we can get it to come up bigger. Nope. But anyways, isn't that a gorgeous design? So that is a download. And you know, the Russian designers, their patterns are, you usually have, I'm not sure they all are, of course, because I haven't done all of them, but many of them seem to do the pattern in color, the pattern in black and white, and then the black and white symbols with colored backstitch lines. It seems to me there's 4 versions. I can't remember the 4th version. They also tell you how much floss you need for each of the skein. They're all charted in DMC. So they're just wonderful products to get. So the other ones I got were this one called Cozy Christmas, the Iris, again, irises, I love Iris, and then that Dreamcatcher one. So yeah, mybobbin.com. They are continuing to have sales. If you get their emails, like I think yesterday or today, they're having a 20% off sale on another designer. So if you want to buy something and you use my code, that's an additional 10% off of whatever sale they're having. And like I said, my code is good through the end of January. So highly recommend. All right, that is that. Now, shop update. I did my first custom order this past week. A wonderful design of someone's granddaughter on the beach. Just a gorgeous with the sunset. She was silhouetted against the sunset. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous photo, and I was thrilled to be able to do that for her. So I do have information on my shop page for custom work, how it will work, what it will generally cost, and just details like that. I've had several of you asking if that's something I was going to start, and I said after the beginning of the year, so here we are. I'm also going to start working on the spring design. I had asked about ideas for my sentence, speak in complete sentences, Jan. I had asked for ideas on what I could do to celebrate my 2-year anniversary here on Flosstube, and got so many great ideas. I think the most prevalent one was to somehow offer one of my designs. So I have decided, because spring is my favorite season, because spring is my birthday, or my birthday is in spring, I'm going to make up my spring design that's along the same lines as the winter one that I just published, and offer that, give that to you guys for free. So that will be my gift to you for my 2-year anniversary. Now I haven't even started it, so it's probably going to be a little while before that gets done, but be looking for that. I also did a design for Puerto Rico that is currently being model stitched. I'll probably charge about $5 for it. All of the proceeds above and beyond the Etsy, or not the Etsy fees, the PayPal fees will go to the charity that Bobby helped me pick. Bobby is the one who reached out to me and asked for this. She's also the one doing the model stitching, so I appreciate that, Bobby. So once that is ready, I will let you guys know that. I will, post it wherever. And I will go ahead and post the charity I've chosen down below, so you're aware of that. Couple things that kind of struck me this weekend. I mentioned last week that I am just blown away by the antique stores in the greater San Antonio, Texas area. And I'm still having a wonderful time just paging through. But what I'm finding, and this is the same thing that happened with digital scrapbooking, inspiration everywhere. I mean, everywhere I look, I would get inspiration for design ideas. And that's what I'm finding too, with starting into this serious cross-stitch design. Look at this wardrobe. Do you see all those little rectangle pieces in there and the border? There's like a grapevine border going up the side. This screamed cross-stitch pattern to me. So there will be something in the hopefully not too distant future based on this. And then, look at that toaster. I could do something with that. Again, wheels are turning. I don't know whether you can see these, but do you see those cushions on those chairs? Those have some kind of sampler on them. They look scrumptious. Unfortunately, this photo is from like a year ago, so I'm sure those pillows are no longer there. But again, it gets my mind, even the little bit I can see, it gets my mind flowing of, oh, I could do something with that. Even this little rosette tile thing there on the table. I can't keep up with my brain. And that's the same way it was with digital scrapbooking. This too. Look at that trivet. So, you never know what you're going to see from me in the distant or not too distant future, because my mind is really flowing. So yeah, that's where I am. That's what I'm doing. That's what I have. That's what I'm planning. I crack me up. I was going through my old project bags and I found a Culver's coin. Good for one scoop. There's no Culver's here on the island, but there is in Phoenix. I have a Culver's coin and I'm not afraid to use it. All right, guys, that is all for today, except for today's angel. Are you today's angel? I think you are. Glory, glory. So these are the angel cards from Teresa Kogut. I am loving sharing these with you. Practice leads to mastery. Mastery brings you closer to the divine. How awesome is that? And again, so apropos to where I am right now with this cross-stitch design journey, just starting out, getting a feel for what I want to do and who I want to be and what I want to design. And I'm still learning, but practice leads to mastery, and mastery brings you closer to the divine. Guys, I love you. I hope you enjoyed being here today. If you have any questions, let me know. I plan on being here on Friday with a Stitch With Me video. You never know what I'm gonna do, what a Friday's gonna look like. And then Monday, I would definitely be back with, next Monday, with my next Basics of Cross Stitch, and that one will be on silk floss. So until then, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any comments. You know I love to talk to you guys. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will talk to you soon.